At the sound of the 70s folk rock guitar riff, it's a sign that you are tuned to the 131st SongBike Guitar Q&A live stream here on YouTube. Hey, everybody. My name is Jonathan. How are you? I see a familiar name in the chat. Hey, Matt, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you had a good week. A lot of fun since the last time I checked in with you guys. So I want to get right down to a great show. I have a bunch of things ready for you, including 2 play-along songs this week, because why not, right? Some topics we have never covered before. A couple topics we covered briefly, but I want to get back to them. Hey, Randy's checking in the chat. Hey, Randy, checking in from Colorado. So we got a WTF, a weekly teaching feature, which builds upon the octave exercise that we did a while back. We're going to turn that octave exercise into a blues exercise. Stick around for that. Other things that we have in today's SongBike Guitar Q&A live stream. We're going to talk about a new documentary about Los Lobos. We're going to talk about Prince versus the Guitar Hero game. New Peter Frampton album. Got to talk about that. Last week, I briefly mentioned a magazine that focused on 75 guitarists from the 21st century. I want to run through that list a little bit. Baggage Handlers from Hell. Stick around for that little moment of joy. You might get a kick out of that. Showbud. Anybody recognize the name Showbud? The Showbud company was revived not long ago and is cranking out some beautiful pedal steel guitars. And they also have started a record label. I want to talk about that a little bit. Yeah, man. Who's in Town? Weekly feature called Who's in Town? A weekly feature called Should I Sell Out? And also the Delaware grocery store that's doubling as a live music venue. There's a lot to talk about. Roger, thanks for checking in. Roger checking in from Vegas. Joseph checking in from Oklahoma City. DAC Poet checking in. Hey, you guys. Hope you're doing well. How can I make my shot look better? I'm going to, heaven forbid, my background is not perfectly black. It's pretty close. Pretty close. All right. So, friends, let's learn something right away, right? Why are we here? To learn something, to get better. I'm going to put up on the screen in one moment. I'm going to put up that blues octave exercise I referred to moments ago. And it might look a little bit familiar, but I expanded on it. Since last time we talked, I expanded on it. So don't go anywhere. Nobuki Takamen is a favorite guitar teacher of mine, meaning I look him up on Instagram and I see what kind of things he's teaching, and I steal and adapt his material, and I give him credit. Okay, so don't go anywhere. Here it comes. Our first teachable moment here. If your screen goes black, don't worry, but do let me know. I am curious because I'm always curious what you guys are seeing compared to what I'm seeing. So let me know indeed if you can see what I just put on the screen. And if you cannot see it yet, let me know that too. Okay, but I'm going to start talking about it because I can see it. DAC Poet can see it. Okay, excellent. All right, Randy, thank you for the confirmation. So what do we have here? Mr. Takamen, spelled Takamen, Nobuki Takamen. He posted a quick little thing on Instagram where he took a low G, 6th string, 3rd fret, played it with his index finger. Then he skipped a string, went up 2 frets, 4th string, 5th fret. Let's call that middle G. And then he skipped a string, went up 3 frets to 8 on the 2nd string, 8 on the B string, and there's your high G. Low G on the 6th string, middle G on the 4th string, high G on the 2nd string, 8th fret. Please do all that with your index finger. Why? Number 1, because that's what he did. Number 2, because that's going to set you up for success when you get down to the bottom of the page. You can't look everywhere. So you got to memorize the sequence, memorize the pattern. 3-5-8. Just remember it. 3-5-8. March of 1958. 3-5-8. And remember, 6th string, 4th, 2nd. So your number one challenge is simply getting good at that, right? By the way, let me know if my guitar tone is too loud or too soft, because I can control that. I just made it a little bit louder. Now, trust your ear. Your ear will tell you immediately if you get one of those numbers wrong or more, because all 3 of those notes are G. Assuming your guitar is in tune, those 3 notes are going to sound great. And built into the nature of this specific exercise is autocorrect. Your ear will autocorrect you. It'll stop you in your tracks. Isn't that great? When you play a wrong note and you know it because your ear tells you, be grateful for that good ear. Imagine if your ear didn't tell you. What would you do? How could you make any progress? Okay, so 3-5-8. 6th string, 4th string, 2nd string. Piece of cake, right? Move that up 2 frets, 5, 7, 10. By the way, this is one of those things that some people refer to as unlocking the fretboard. We are unlocking the fretboard. And if you want to think of it that way, go ahead, knock yourself out. It's such a cliche, I can't say it with a straight face. But yes, we are unlocking the fretboard. It's not that the note G is so incredibly important, or the note A is. It's the pattern. You guys good with that? It's the pattern that's significant. He happened to choose G's and A's to illustrate this. Great. But it's the pattern, right? So the top line there, what we just did, the root note is on the 6th string. Second line here, the root note is going to be on the 5th string. Still 3-5-8, but you're starting on the A string and ending on the skinny E string. Okay? It's no harder, but it's going to be disorienting for a second, right? By the way, I started to say your eyes can't be everywhere. So you got to memorize the pattern, and you basically have to trust your picking hand. Your eyes really have to be on your fretting hand, right? So that means you're going to have to accept the fact that sometimes your pick is going to hit the wrong string. It's life. It's all right. In fact, that's a big reason why we're doing this, to develop your trust, your sense of radar in your picking hand. Okay, and the end of line 2, the D octaves. That was just the C octaves. 5th string, 5th fret, 5, 7, 10. By the way, it's arbitrary that he chose G and A to illustrate the 6th string root of these, and that he chose C and D to illustrate the 5th string. I like to point that out because many people, smart people like you, look for deep significance. And sometimes there is deep significance, and sometimes it's arbitrary. So he chose G, A, C, and D to illustrate this. It's not totally arbitrary. Those notes, G, A, C, and D, reflect chords that are very popular that we all play. We all play G chords and A chords, A minor, C chords, D chords, and so on. So, okay, not totally arbitrary. What he presented is reflected in lines 1 and 2. Line 3 and 4, that's what I'm bringing to the table. I took his idea. And remember, he illustrated all this with his index finger. You're still going to use your index finger to lead the way, but we're going to turn these low G, middle G, high G notes, or C or whatever, into blues scales. So we started the G octaves, low G, middle G, high G. We're going to turn those into 3 G blues scales. That's what's reflected in line 3. And then watch out. I wish I could say there's an exact pattern that gets duplicated all 3 times. Sort of yes, sort of no. You got to, have your eyes open. The reason why I expanded on what he presented is for the fun of it, right? Sure, it's cool to find G's in 3 different places on the neck of the guitar, but then what? What do you do with it? Well, let's have some fun with it. Imagine a band is giving you a nice G blues shuffle in the background, and you want to improvise on top of a nice bluesy G shuffle. right? Look at you dancing your way through the lower frets, the middle of the neck of the guitar, the higher frets up the neck of the guitar. How do people do that? How are you going to do that? There you go, right? The G blues scale, each time your index finger is grabbing the note G, just like you did at the top of the page, but you're expanding it into, in this case, a blues scale. Why a blues scale? Why not a blues scale? That's the answer to that question. Why not? You know? Okay. So questions, comments. I have a few more things to say about this, but I'm almost done with this particular lesson plan. Questions, do ask me questions. I love it when you guys ask me questions. In general, I'm going to ask you guys to put a few question marks in advance of your question in the chat, so I know your question is aimed at me. In this case, I'm staring right at the chat. So I'm going to be pretty confident if your question is about the Takamen Octave Exercise Blues Edition, your question is aimed at me. Let's talk about fingering. Index finger is going to grab the first note of each of these blues scales, right? Once you grab the first note, your remaining three fingers, middle ring and pinky, each get their own personal fret. If your index finger is playing at 3, guess what? Middle plays any 4, ring plays any 5, pinky plays any 6. And that's going to serve you very well for the first G blues scale. The second one, 5/8, 5/6, 7, you have a decision to make when it wraps up on that 6/8. You could use your middle and pinky. You guys know what I'm talking about? The center measure, the second measure of the G blues scale line, second measure of line 3, 5/8, 5/6, 7, 6/8. Slightly different overall pattern from the first one, same bluesy sound. So I'm going to challenge you. How about use your middle on 6 and your pinky on 8, right? So we're going to stay in 5th position. Index, pinky, index, middle, ring, middle, pinky. Why not? So we're not going to shift our hand in any way. Once you get that 5 with the index finger, we're going to stay in 5th position. Remember, when someone describes a position, they're talking about where the index finger is rooted, so to speak. If you're in 5th position, your index finger is in charge of all the 5s. What's implied is that the middle finger is in charge of the 6s, ring finger's in charge of the 7s, and pinky's in charge of the 8s. Okay, the last one, the end of line 3, 8th position, index on 8, pinky on 11, index on the next 8, middle on 9, ring finger on 10, and then, we don't have any more strings, so we have to access these high notes at the end of the G blues scale up here. We have to access them by jumping up the neck. How about index on 13, ring finger on 15? And you know to use those double dots at 12, right? To find 13, use the double dots at 12, right? Don't tell me you started down here and started counting up to find 13. No one did that, right? And your reward is doing it backwards. Extra points for alternate picking, downs and ups. I know acoustic players, it's going to be a little awkward getting up there to 13, 15. I know, I get it. But check out the very end, the last one. The page ends getting up to 13, 14, 15, 18, 20. My acoustic guitar only goes up to 19. But in principle, I had to put that down there, right? Okay, so you start off, you learn your octave patterns, 3/5/8, 5/7/10, 3/5/8, 5/7/10. You got it. Take each one of those, turn it into a blues scale. I chose to illustrate this with a G blues scale and a C blues scale. I did not do an A blues scale or a D blues scale, but you could do that. How can you have more fun with this? Get a blues backing track from YouTube. Do a search when you're on YouTube after this live stream. Blues backing track, key of G. There's your G blues scale. You could, for the entire backing track, you could just jam on the G blues scale. If you feel ambitious and you feel ready, during the backing track, if you have one of those cool backing tracks that tells you what chords are happening or about to happen, when the band changes to a C or C7 chord during the G backing track, they're going to change chords, right? When they change to the C or C7 chord, you change the C blues scale. How cool are you? That's more advanced. Sounds better. Takes some pre-planning, right? Then when the band changes back to G or G7, you change back to the G blues scale. The band changes to D7 during the G backing track. What do? You take the C blues scale, move it up 2 frets. That's work. Oh, that's work. I know it's work. You're going to have to write it out yourself. Take the whole C blues scale, add 2 to every number. There's your D blues scale. Ooh, you could even use the tab right under the bottom line of tab that has no numbers on it. You could use that and write out the D blues scale. You'd be so prepared. You'd be awesome. All right, questions? You guys are good with that? WTF, our weekly teaching feature right off the bat. There we go. Randy, you like that? Excellent, excellent. Okay. Last thing I'm going to say, I'm going to stop sharing this. I want you to consider the fact that when you learn something that's not a specific song, an exercise, a challenge, a thing, right? Has no relation to any one specific song. The burden is off. The pressure is down a little bit because you're not holding yourself to playing song X exactly like guitarist X. You want to have a certain number of things in your practice regimen that do not relate to a very specific song. That's good, right? Because then when you do it a little bit slowly, you're not beating yourself up saying, oh, it's not as fast as the Eagles. It's not as fast as whoever, you know. We all put a lot of pressure on ourselves. A little bit of pressure is okay. It's nice to have things that are, quote, just an exercise, right? Just a scale. You know, you still want to do your best. You still want to do it with a metronome, ideally. You still want to work on doing it faster, nice, clean tone, all that kind of stuff. But again, the pressure is off a little bit, right? You don't, you kind of can't beat yourself up the same way you can when you're trying to play Stairway to Heaven. It doesn't sound exactly like Jimmy Page, and you beat yourself up and say, I can't do it like him. I get it. I get it. Yeah, man. Okay. Now, while I have you here, let's talk about a few lighthearted things. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to I'm going to put something up on the screen here. And this is sad, my friends. Let's see how this works. This is a loop. Sadly, it's a loop. And bear with me here. I'm going to share this. Okay. I think there is some sound. I'm not sure if you guys will get the sound. Baggage handlers from hell. Here it comes. You might be seeing what I'm seeing here. If your screen goes black, don't worry, it's going to be okay. What you will be looking and seeing shortly. By the way, do let me know if your screen is black or if you're seeing the horrific thing that I'm seeing. I found this on Instagram. That's your guitars, everybody. Yeah, A to Z me. I can tell you can see it. That's your guitar. Remember when you thought, oh, I'm gonna bring my guitar on my trip? There it is. That one's yours. There it goes. For those of you who might be listening and not watching, we're looking at footage that purports to be from LAX airport of a baggage handler standing at a wheeled baggage cart, just taking out what appears to be acoustic guitars in a variety of cases and throwing them on the ground and on top of each other. That first one, the one he just did right there, that looks like a good, strong, solid case. Some of these are more like chipboard cases or gig bags. Yeah. So that's why when people ask me, should I bring my guitar with me on the trip? More and more often I say, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Take a week off from practicing. Don't do it. Don't bring the guitar on the plane. Don't do it. You know, unless you are the pilot or know the pilot well, don't do it. Okay. I have to look away because it's just disturbing, right? Is that everybody's experience when they travel with a guitar? Nope. Could it be yours? Yep. Options include buying a ticket for the guitar, have it right next to you. Plan B, just take a week off, right? When you travel, take a week off. It's okay. It's all right. I hereby declare it's all right. Plan C, plan 3, consider reaching out to a music store at your destination. Will they rent you a guitar? You know, people do it to me. People rent a guitar for a week or two. It's totally possible that if you call around to a couple of music stores, one will have almost certainly an inexpensive acoustic guitar that you can rent for a week. Not a crazy idea. Plan 4, buy a guitar at your destination and return it. I don't know. It's always possible. How about buy a guitar from Sweetwater and have them ship it to you at the new destination? I don't know. Or just take a week off. Yeah. A to Z me says those solid cases are worth the money. Maybe. I mean, there's only one way to find out, right? But yeah, you'd hope. There's one company called Calton, Calton. I remember back in the day that was the case to have, the Calton case. DAC Poet is suggesting just travel by train. Sure. But yeah, tough to watch. I know Matt says it's so sad. I know. I'm sharing it with you partly to ease. I mean, that makes me, that's tough to watch. But there you go. Spreading a little joy however I can. Now, by the way, the link, if you want to watch that more or share it with your favorite bagger channel, that link will be in the description of this live stream. Okay, moving on. Who took my red pen? Okay, moving on. Check. Let's look at something that is a lot more heartwarming. Again, another link that will be put in the description. I'm going to jump to a YouTube. Guys, tell me what you see here. Delaware
creation
market
platform.
Is little.
Describe what you
skip ahead. There we go. What you're looking at is a news story. You're going to see a news story.
As they cross items off their
I'm going to stop talking so you
it's
can
a
hear
chance
what's
for international artists to showcase their talents. Action News reporter Maggie Kent has the story.
Imagine walking into the grocery store past a full band, amps, cameras, the whole nine. A family-owned supermarket in Delaware is becoming the hottest venue for up-and-coming Mexican artists to perform. Along with the fresh produce and tender steaks, you can find music acts filling the aisles of Fiesta Fresh Farmers Market with song. Located on North DuPont Highway in Newcastle, Delaware, it is a homecoming of sorts for the Aguilar Garcia family, purveyors of fresh food and fresh sounds.
It's really special to us because it's right behind the apartments where when we first came from Mexico, we lived in those apartments.
Jose Luis works in the music industry as an artist developer for Mexican bands. Inspired by NPR's Tiny Desk concerts, he married his family's supermarket business with his passion for music and
Mercadito sessions at Fiesta Fresh Farmers Market
was born. Gaining a following online and providing a local platform for international artists.
Since a lot of artists don't necessarily tour in Delaware, but they'll still have an audience, it's cool to connect with them.
And Mercadito Sessions is expanding on March 20th. A number of English language bands will be performing, proving there's no translation needed when it comes to food and music. Maggie Kent, Channel 6, Action News.
Yeah, man. Cool, huh? Cool. I mean, you said one guy had a cool 12-string, young woman with a cool Taylor guitar. They got their capos. You know, I'm telling you, man, give people a chance. You know, build it and they will come. How cool is that, right? Love it. Love it. Why not, man? Why not? You know, some of you might remember when there was live music, a lot of places, the bowling alley, right? Pizza parlor, live music. Just why not, man? There's people out there. And just, you know, you can imagine all those people, you know, week after week, I forget how often they said they did it, You're telling me there's not a few of those that are going to go on to be bigger and bigger and bigger. You know there are. I mean, that's all they need. They need the opportunity. They need some good feedback, you know, a chance to, you know, get some experience, make some mistakes, overcome them. Very cool. Very cool. The link to that will be in the description of this live stream as well. Very cool. Hey, you guys, last week's live stream did not go so well. Thank you for your patience. This week's live stream is also called number 131 because we need a do-over. So those of you who were very patient and hung around for a little while last week, thank you. And that one has been shelved. So this is officially live stream number 131. So there you go. Thank you for those of you who tuned in to the my band on Sunday. You guys, I know a lot of you were in the chat and watching and making comments. So number one, thank you. We had a ball. It was, you know, we laughed, we cried. We were ironing out technical difficulties right up to the moment we went live just about. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I have a band. We did a YouTube live stream last Sunday afternoon. It's now available to watch on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. So don't hesitate to check that out. The band, name of the band, Atlantic Years. 5 of us, 2 guitars, bass guitar, keyboard, and drums. We did 6 original songs, 6 songs, 33 minutes. Pow. Got it done, man. That was one of our many goals, was to bang it out with a minimum of chit-chat. So, and more to come. Now that we have a foundation in, you know, audio interfaces and video interfaces and multiple cameras and multiple microphones and all that stuff, we can't wait to do it again with some new material. The idea, number one, is to have fun. Number two, test out original songs on you guys and get some feedback regarding which songs you guys liked, and then use your feedback to decide which songs to record when the time is right to record. So Randy says, you guys sounded great. Thanks, Randy. I appreciate that. One of the mistakes that I made, I didn't click the box that saves your chat. I want to go back and read your chat, you know, like, and if you don't click this one little box, it doesn't save the chat. Steven says, you learn as you go. Exactly. Oh, that's life, right? You learn as you go. So, but I did see a lot of familiar years. DAC Poet says, what's the story behind your band name, Atlantic Years? It's a phrase that popped into my head, and I ran it by Clay, who's the other guitar player. And he said, yep. I said, well, don't you want to think about it? He said, nope, it's good. I said, okay. All right. So that's the short version of where the name came from. Here in small town Connecticut, the Atlantic Ocean is not too far away. Although technically, it's Long Island Sound, which is the closest saltwater to where I am right now. But the Atlantic Ocean is very close. So Pacific years just didn't ring true, but Atlantic, yeah. Okay, excellent. So my friends, this is live stream number 131. Some of the things that we talked about last week, we're going to talk about briefly this week, and I'll give you an example, just because I know the sound was kind of wonky, and but the topics were not wonky. And here's an example of something that I definitely want to throw your way. Okay, good. Last week, we touched on the fact that, there we go, there's a big auction. Indianapolis Colts football team owner Jim Irsay passed away, and he had a massive collection of stuff, including very expensive guitars. So hopefully many of you are aware of this because it's interesting stuff. He had a big guitar collection, famous guitars, and the big headline is how much certain guitars sold for, such as a famous guitar belonging to Jerry Garcia. By the way, the guitar that you see in the picture there, Jerry Garcia is playing, a custom guitar from the Alembic Guitar Company, 13.5 pounds. You got to give me $12 million to play a 13.5 pound guitar. So long story short, a guy bought it. First thing he did with it, I mean, the hours later, see that headline? He went to a Derek Trucks concert. You know Derek Trucks from the Tedeschi Trucks band. Derek Trucks, among other things, he is son of Allman Brothers drummer Butch Trucks, and said, hey man, you want to use Jerry Garcia's guitar for your concert tonight? And that's what happened. So I'm going to scroll a little bit. This is what you're looking at now is the Guitar World website. And I'm just reading the headline real quick. Just hours after someone raided their piggy bank to buy Jerry Garcia's fabled Tiger guitar, Derek Trucks took it on stage. Very cool. If instruments are meant to be played, and it's just very cool and interesting that the new owner of the guitar, there we go, the new owner of the guitar decided to put it to use right away. Jerry Garcia paid just under $6,000 for the guitar. And there's a little teaser of a video of Derek Trucks playing it that night in concert. Very cool, So there's a little update on guitar news. You might remember, I'm going to stop sharing this. You might remember that I asked Clay during last week's live stream. I said, who else, who would be a cool person? And to be another person to play Jerry Garcia's guitar. And Clay, I mean, what a great answer. Carlos Santana was the first name he came up with. I thought it's a great idea. Yeah, why not? Carlos Santana. I'm thinking of like veteran guitar players who are, legends in their own right. It'd be cool to have them playing Jerry Garcia's guitar if they're interested, right? So next is going to be, I'm sure someday, here's my pipe dream, an album with a documentary film on Netflix of maybe 15 guitar players, each doing a track with Jerry Garcia's guitar. John Mayer would make sense since he's kind of taken Jerry Garcia's place sort of in the Grateful Dead. Who else? Who do you think? Let us know in the chat. Who else would be a cool guitar player to see and hear playing one of Jerry Garcia's most iconic guitars? What do you think? Let me know in the chat. Hey, the alternative is having these things either locked away in someone's mansion or, locked away in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I don't know. Fun to see these things out there, out and about, right? Cool idea. Cool idea. Okay. Hey, I mentioned doing 2 play-along songs this week. And why not? Why not do 2 songs? So you know what I thought we'd do? We did one of these 2 songs. We did one of them last week. Get your capo, everybody. Capo at the 3rd fret. We did one of these last week, but I know you couldn't. I know the sound was wonky. So I thought, you know what? Let's just do this again. Okay. For those of you who caught the live stream last week, this was our closing number. This is an original song. Our closing number last week on Sunday afternoon. And it's also one that Clay and I did in the live stream on Saturday afternoon. I don't know if you guys could hear it too well. Okay. So in case you want to know what I do with my free time, I write songs like this. Clay, capo at the 3rd fret. Clay wrote the chord progression, and he acknowledged that it's a pretty simple chord progression, 1, 6, 2, 5. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he did it without a capo. We're doing it with a capo because that's how I chose to do it. It's in the key of G, but with a capo, it sounds like the key of what? Someone put that in the chat. The concert key, what the world is hearing. Oh, we played with a piano player and a bass player and a drummer, right, on Sunday. So I did not tell them, the song's in the key of G with a capo on the 3rd fret. I told them it's in the key of ba-ba-ba. What did I tell them? Someone let us know in the chat. So Clay had this chord progression, which is a very, very standard chord progression. If it looks familiar to you, it's like you've probably played 10 songs with that chord progression right there. And he had a little melody going on and the phrase way on down the road and a couple other things. So I took it and I just fleshed out the lyrics. I didn't change too much. Yeah, Roger, the concert key is B flat. So when we went to play this with our buddies who play bass and piano, we told them it's the key of B flat. You got it, Randy. and we describe it as a 1-6-2-5 in the key of B flat. The nickname, going back to the key of G, because that's what your left hand thinks you're doing, right? Your left hand thinks you're playing in the key of G. G would be described as the 1 chord. And if G is described as the 1 chord, E minor is the 6, A minor is nicknamed the 2 chord, and D is nicknamed the 5 chord. 1-6-2-5, extremely common chord progression, has a 50s kind of vibe. And that's the whole tune, because that's all you need. Stand By Me, man. That's all you need. Stand By Me is similar to this concept, except it's a 1-6-4-5, right? And that's the entire chord progression of Stand By Me. And when you come across a song that has 3, 4 chords, whatever, that are literally the entire song is those chords that, and they never change the order, nothing ever changes, and it's a big hit song, there's a lesson there. You know, keep it simple, stupid, KISS, right? Keep it simple, stupid. You don't have to have a big, complicated chord progression. Okay, so way on down the road, let's see, I guess Clay and I get co-credit for this. His chords, he had some of the words, I added a bunch of words, and changed the melody a tiny bit or did something, I forget. It's all a blur. We had fun. So let's do it. Why are we doing it right now? Because you guys, this is so easy, right? It's a pretty tune. Actually, what makes it is his harmonies, but you're stuck with me. So this nice gentle strumming, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. I'm doing 4 light down ups. I'm holding the pick so loosely. I'm no fancy boom chicka stuff, just 4 light down ups per chord. G, E minor, A minor, D. I might do D7 sometimes instead of D. D7 has a little more personality, a little built-in tension. Okay, so let's just do this for fun. We will be doing another play-along song just a little bit later in the show. One, 2, here we go. I've been rolling since the 4th of July, riding 2 rails, cargo luck and goodbye. Lonesome whistle, soul of a train. I trust in the rhythm of the old refrain. Way on down the road, I'll find my soul growing wild underneath the snow. Way on down the road, I'll let you go. You'll come back. Way on down the road. There's cotton and corn, sassafras. I'm waving to the lovers lying in the grass. Whiskey and rum, tobacco and tin. I'm waving on what could have been. Way on down the road, I'll find my soul growing wild underneath the snow. Way on down the road, I'll let you go. You'll come back. Way on down the road. There's little lost towns, there's old beauty queens, and there's people that outlive their dreams. All I can do, bless my soul, I lean out the window, see the drivers roll. Way on down the road, I'll find my soul growing wild underneath the snow. Way on down the road, I'll let you go. You'll now. Yeah, how'd you do? Simple, right? Simple. Why not? Now, what's missing? Clay does all these really nice guitar riffs. He has a few signature riffs that he does, guitar solo. So check out the live version from Sunday's live stream. By the way, everything's time stamped. So there's 6 tunes, and you can jump to whichever tune, whichever title gets your interest, and give us some feedback. I will say this, in my humble opinion, the 6 tunes are, they're kind of different from each other. So I think it's kind of easy to find your favorite. And you might not like all of them. I get it. They're a little bit different from each other, but check it out. And that happens to be the final tune. I thought it was a nice closing tune. And he does some nice harmonies on the chorus. And I forget what he sings for harmony, since you asked. What he sings for harmony, it might be what he actually sang as the melody. And so maybe I'm singing a harmony part. Like I said, it turned into a blur. Anyways, he does some really nice harmonies, which make the tune, in my humble opinion. They make the tune. So there you go. That's really the first time we've done an original tune on this live stream. Like I said, last week, I know the sound was kind of wonky. And I'll say this. While I was incredibly frustrated with how the live stream went last Saturday, we identified a couple, more than one technical issue that we could iron out. So the Sunday band live stream went better. I'm so sorry, you guys, that you had to pay the price, for those of you who were patiently dealing with our technical difficulties last Saturday, but it helped Sunday go better. That's show business. That is show business. Randy says you should definitely record that one. All right. That's, your feedback is noted. So yeah. So, all right. How are you guys? You guys doing okay? We got sunshine here, but just a little while ago, it was just barely above freezing, and that's no bueno at all. So we had a little tiny taste of spring, but it's taken too long to get here. March, I don't know about you guys, we're still in March. March isn't going anywhere anytime soon. It's been a long month. Oh, well. What are you going to do? Student quote of the week. Oh, I can't tell you guys. I almost got a tear in my eye. We do a weekly segment here as part of our show called Student Quote of the Week. And I had a high school student today. He's a sophomore. And he can play some rock and roll. He can play some Metallica. He's a musical guy. He really is. He plays the drums. He plays bass guitar. He's a musical guy. At the moment, he's not great at reading music, proper music. Remember, every good boy does fine, C sharps, quarter notes, all that kind of stuff, right? So I'm being a little bit tough on him. Every lesson, I'm making him read music for part of the lesson, And what are you going to do? I mean, he has aspirations to be a professional musician. You got to be able to read music. You just have to, if those are your aspirations. So in the middle of a tune, right? And he's working on just like a little folk tune out of a book, nothing glamorous. And he's like processing. I can see his brain is working. And he's trying to remember, okay, what's the name of that note? Okay, now that I know the name of it, which string is that note on? Is it high E? Is it the middle E? He's processing it. It's slow. It's slow going, right? And he stops. He goes, "This is humbling." Yeah, man. That's the student quote of the week. It is. And as soon as he said that, I thought he's going to be okay. He's going to be okay, because that's it. It's humbling. It's humbling, especially for a person who can already do some stuff on the guitar. He can play this Metallica song all the way through. He can do this. He can do that. It sounds great. He's been in a band. He can do all that stuff. And just the fact that he has the maturity. I almost use that word, except I don't think kids like to be told, you're so mature, you know? So I held back. But I basically called it to his attention that I heard what he said, and that's the exact right attitude. Yeah, you raise your hand. Raise your hand if you've ever been humbled learning something on the guitar, right? Everybody, yeah. So that's a student quote of the week. It made me feel so good, not because I showed him that, you know, I'm the teacher and he has to learn what I'm teaching him. It's, and if anything, it's just the opposite. It's like, yeah, now welcome to the family, right? Welcome to the family. DAC Poet says, high emotional IQ. Yeah, that's the right attitude. DAC Poet says, yeah. I mean, that's awareness, you know. There's always something new to learn. Always. And it's humbling. But then the day comes and you've got it. It's worth it. Charlie Beagle has a question. Can YouTube demonetize you for doing your own song? Yeah, we'll find out. I looked before we did this Sunday band live stream. I did a deep dive, not deep enough, but I did a deep dive because I want to tell YouTube, look, my band's going to do these 6 songs. I don't care what you think these songs sound like. These are our songs, and I didn't want to get dinged by YouTube, some AI, whatever, some bot working for YouTube saying, oh, that sounds like a, you name it, Neil Young song. So you're going to have to share royalties with Neil Young because it might mistake our song for something else. I don't know. I don't trust any of this stuff. So I never figured out how to sort of submit the songs to YouTube so that wouldn't happen. For what it's worth, YouTube didn't ding us and didn't mistake any of our songs for anyone else's songs. So at the moment, life is good. I did not monetize that video because I'd rather have you guys just watch it and enjoy it and give us feedback on the songs, you know, rather than dealing with watching a song and then an ad and another song and an ad. Nah. So yeah, there you go. All right, check. I remain your servant. I'm here for your questions. So if you have a question about the guitar, put it in the chat with a bunch of question marks. I'm just going to check off a couple of things that we've done today. Check. Okay. I'll make this segment short because there's only one example. Should I sell out? This week, I was offered, wait for it. I want to make sure I say this right. A wrist trimmer belt to help me lose weight. I'm 99% sure they meant a waist trimmer belt, but their copy, what they sent me was encouraging me to work with them to help them sell their wrist trimmer belts to help everybody lose weight. So that is this week's Should I Sell Out offer, a wrist trimmer belt. I'm going to pass, but it is intriguing because what if it actually is a belt that goes around your wrist that helps you lose weight? But, you know, there's a deeper lesson here, which is if you're going to ask people to go into business with you, you got to check your spelling, man. You got to check it, you know. You got to check. Who's in town this week? Some interesting people coming through town this week. Chuck Prophet, spelled common spelling of the word prophet, Prophet, that prophet. Chuck Prophet and his Cumbia Shoes. Chuck Prophet is a terrific songwriter who tours with a band. I forget the band's name, but the band, they were, you know, a band before they were ever worked with him. But on the road, when he goes on tour, he takes them as his band, and they do some very cool stuff. So Chuck Prophet is coming through town, and his act is called Chuck Prophet and his Cumbia Shoes, Cumbia. Very cool stuff. A link to him playing with those guys will be in the description of this video. Who else is coming through a small town, Connecticut? Donna the Buffalo. Donna the Buffalo is coming through town. I'll put a link to what they do in the description of this live stream. And drum roll, please. Peter Wolf from the Jay Giles Band. Peter Wolf is coming through town, but I have to admit that's only part of the attraction. The concert's sold out, so sadly I won't be there. But who's on guitar with Peter Wolf? One of my favorites, Duke Levine. Duke Levine is on guitar with Peter Wolf. And those of you who are regulars here on the live stream, You know that I'm a big Duke Levine fan, Dukelevine. And you all should check out Duke on YouTube or any of the socials. The video that I'm going to include the link to with Peter Wolf singing his heart out, you see Duke Levine there on stage rocking out. So I would go just to see Duke. But there you go. That's who's in town this week. Check, check, check. Yeah. I'm just looking to see what you guys are saying in the chat. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing that. Excellent, excellent. Let's talk about. Let's see if you guys can see this. I think you'll be able to. And bear with me. I'm going to bring this back. What I'm about to share on the screen, I'm going to run it as a loop. I think it's worth seeing 2 times. It's short. Prince. When Guitar Hero became a big deal, Prince was asked how he felt about Guitar Hero. And I really love his response. So I'm going to share this YouTube video with you guys right now. And like I said, it's pretty short. So I'm going to let it run twice, if you don't mind. I think it's worth it. We got that. And we got that. And we got that. Okay, so stand by, my friend.
What do you make of this? Thank you. What do you make of this Guitar Hero?
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I'm mad at them. I hear it made like $2 billion, and they came to us and offered us a very small portion of that. But I just think it's more important that kids learn how to actually play the guitar. It's a tough instrument. It's not easy. It took me a long time, and it was frustrating at first. And you just have to stick with it. And it's cool for people who don't have time to learn the chords or ain't interested in it. But to play music is one of the greatest things. To create something from nothing is one of the greatest feelings. And I don't know, I wish it upon everybody. It's heaven.
What do you make of this? Thank you. What do you make of this Guitar Hero?
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I'm mad at them. I hear it made like $2 billion, and they came to us and offered us a very small portion of that. But I just think it's more important that kids learn how to actually play the guitar. It's a tough instrument. It's not easy. It took me a long time, and it was frustrating at first. And you just have to stick with it. And it's cool for people who don't have time to learn the chords or ain't interested in it. But to play music is one of the greatest things. To create something from nothing is one of the greatest feelings. And I don't know, I wish it upon everybody. It's heaven.
What do you make of this? Thank you. What do you make of this?
All right. Interesting, right? Interesting. Again, I am especially interested when I hear famous, talented, successful people talking about their progress, their early days on their instrument, their feelings about learning the instrument. I can never get enough of that. So it's interesting to hear someone who clearly was an extremely talented musician from a young age saying that it took him, quote, a long time to get good at the guitar. I mean, I'm sure from his point of view, it did take him a long time. But just interesting that's how he, how he feels about the way he invested his childhood, in his younger years, getting good at instruments, right? Very interesting. I played Guitar Hero one time at an arcade. I was a complete failure. In my defense, I didn't really know how to play. I didn't understand what to do. And I think whatever it was, 50 cents, I lost my 50 cents very quickly, and the game was over. And I kind of walked away and hoped no one recognized me. and believe me, no one recognized me, which is great. I hope no one thought, there's that guy from YouTube. Yeah. I don't know much about it. I mean, I've seen the Guitar Hero concept. I just don't know the exact. Anyways, kind of cool, right? Hearing Prince talk about, how he conceives of the work that goes into playing an instrument. I want to share that with you guys. Jamie has a great question. Jamie says, if you hold a 3-finger G chord and move it up 5 frets. Is it a C chord or part of a C chord? It is. It's a piece. Yeah, it's a piece of a C chord. The reason why I'm saying it's only a piece is the 3 open strings, your second, third, and fourth skinny strings. Those 3 open strings sound great during a G chord, but during a C chord, when you go up 5 frets, they add some pretty wonky sounds. So, long story short, your concept is not a bad concept at all. You're just not allowed to strum everything. So, what are you allowed to strum? Well, for sure, you can strum what you're touching, right? So, based on your idea, I'm going to make up a little riff. Here's my G chord, right? Instead of strumming it, I'm going to focus on the 2 fat strings. So 2 fingers, 2 fat strings. Now that's, I think that's a very hip rhythm guitar thing, right? If you're ambitious, and I'm sure you are, you go 5 frets. What about including just 1 open string? In this case, the 4th. That one right there. Heard a big boom. Ooh, I see a truck. Backfired. Good times, good times. So I'm doing 2 of the notes of this new C chord up here at the 7th and 8th frets, but I'm including the open D string for, I don't know, I want to see what it sounds like. I know the open D string is going to sound fine during the G chord, right? Because it's part of the G chord, the open D string. If I go up to C and I strum them as a group of 3 fat strings, to me that sounds as a group. I don't love that as individual notes. Now, deep down, I know I'm just giving the world a G and a C back and forth, but it's not a boring C. It's C with little personality. Now, to me, those 3, that sounds like a melody right there. So, I just heard a truck backfiring in the road. Got me kind of scared. I heard a truck out there. It was pretty loud, but it's gonna be okay. And I'm on my G chord. I know, have some fun with it. So, Jamie, I like how you're thinking. Yeah, it's what you do with it. And now, don't let anyone stop you from accessing those other open strings. Or even the skinny first string. It's just that the odds are not in your favor that you're going to get something catchy and cool and listenable and appealing up there. But don't let me stop you. By the way, the 3rd string, the G string, is part of a C chord. The open 3rd string is part of a C major chord. So if I go over to the open 3rd string, that note right there, that's totally legit. So now I have that sounded more and more like a cool riff. I'm going to steal that from you. Yeah, sounds good. Acoustic guitar, sounds good. Electric guitar, you name it. You name it. Okay, let's see. I'm getting comments that something doesn't sound right. Okay, let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. How does that sound? Is that any better right there? Maybe that sounds a bit better. Let me know. I don't know why it would sound weird, but let me know if that sounds any better. I'm just cutting off the second microphone. Maybe it was the way the guitar mic was picking up. Okay, great question. I love questions like that. When I see those question marks in advance, and there's a bunch of words, I think, oh, I wonder what's going on. Randy says everything sounds fine. Okay. All right. So let's do our second play-along song of the week. And there's a slightly sad story as to why this song is our second play-along song of the week. Beautiful tune, and bear with me. Just a little while ago, we lost a very talented songwriter named Dash Crofts. And if you know who Dash Crofts is, you might be able to predict and guess what our play-along song is going to be. Make sure I get this just right. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Dash Crofts, who passed away just a few days ago, was part of a songwriting team called Seals and Crofts. And Seals and Crofts had a number of hit songs, such as Diamond Girl and others. Boom, 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 boom. And I thought, because it's such a great tune, I thought we should do a song for a second play-along song of the week. This song called Summer Breeze. There you go, Randy. If your screen goes black, hang in there. It will be full of information shortly. Summer Breeze by Seals and Crofts. As usual, I'm going to present this on 2 pages. The first page is, I'm going to call this a worksheet because it has the riffs that you need. Summer Breeze has some very straightforward, pretty easy guitar riffs that sound great. You could include these riffs even if you were the only guitar player. Say you're playing at an open mic night or something similar. These riffs are, number one, they're not too hard. Number two, in general, they happen when there's no singing. So that's exactly when you need to fill in the space, right? Okay, so no capo necessary for Summer Breeze. The first riff and a lot of the song relies on your ability to do an E minor chord. Great news. E minor. Please do it with your first 2 fingers, which is probably how a lot of you are doing it anyways. Here's why that's so important. Many times in the song, E minor is followed by A minor 7, and the diagram is up at the top of the page, okay? The A minor 7 chord relies on your middle finger being on the 4th string, 2nd fret, and that's exactly where it's going to be anyways if you're doing E minor with your first 2 fingers. So trust me, you're going to want to do E minor with your index and middle, and then keep that middle touching when it's time to go to an A minor 7 chord, which this riff at the top of the page, it happens at the very beginning of the tune, and there's other moments when it happens as well. So I know I'm just a little thumbnail in the corner of your screen, but hopefully you can see I'm kind of pivoting on my middle finger to get this A minor 7. Minor 7 chords, by the way, are like minor chords, but they have this additional kind of vague, watery kind of sound to my mind. It's a minor chord with one more note added, and the note that gets added doesn't add power or drama, just the opposite. It kind of waters down the chord. That's what goes through my mind anytime I'm asked to play A minor 7 or any minor 7 chord. Okay, see how there's 2 thin double lines after the A minor 7 chord in the tab under the words riff 1? That's my way of saying treat these things as separate. Okay, so you practice that first riff. Second riff is also started on an E minor. And it ends on an E minor as well. And very often these 2 riffs, I'm calling it all riff 1, very often you know, you play the first half of, you know, the first measure a couple times, and it goes right into the second thing. And that is about the speed right there. It's not a fast tune. I mean, at least, you know, these riffs are not fast riffs. Okay, riff number 2 at the bottom of the page. It's a riff that happens specifically in the chorus. The chorus, you'll see in a second, is a 2-chord. Is it 2 chords, 3 chords? The chorus has a A minor 7, B minor, A minor 7, G thing, and then that riff. Okay, so you're going to use that riff twice during the chorus, and you'll see the exact locations in a second. Now, doesn't get much easier than that, right? If that bottom riff, what I'm calling riff number 2, if that's a little bit tricky for you, good. That's a kind of thing that even a beginner can do with practice, you know. And if it's easy for you, then great, you know. Okay, now, here's what I'm going to put on the screen right there. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Okay. Now, I'm aware you no longer have those riffs in front of you, you know. So here's what you're going to want to do. What you're going to want to do is go to my website, get both of these pages, print them out, put them side by side, play the song nice and loud, play along with the song, assembly, right? Some assembly required because it's hard to fit everything on one page, try as I might. So I'm going to stop talking for a second and just, you know, give you a sense for what this is going to sound like in a minute. So here's my E chord, or you know what? Never hurts to check your tuning, ever, ever, ever. Especially if a little voice says, All right. You checking your tuning too? It's always a good time. Okay. Not bad. See the curtains hanging on the window in the evening on a Friday night. Little light shining through the window lets me know everything's all right. So we're going to keep the strumming nice and simple, right? Literally every time you see a chord name, that's when you're going to strum the chord right there. So it starts off with E twice, G twice, right? The song's a little bit faster than that, but not that much. The third line where it says summer breeze, A minor 7 to B minor. I would say that's probably the most challenging chord change for your fretting hand. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. In this case, I'm doing each one of those chords 4 strums. Why didn't I write it 4 times? There's not space to write it 4 times. I'd have to write so small. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. And that, see where it says riff number 2? That's that. And here's the second line of the chorus, exact same as the first line. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Okay, now I know you can't see that riff number 2 anymore, but see why I'm confident that you can play the chords and go into the riffs. What else are you gonna do? The lyrics have stopped. Why not? To put that in, right? Okay. At the end of line number 1, you know, after evening on a Friday night, that E minor, A minor 7 thing, that's that. I'm going to scroll up to the top of the page. That's that thing right there. And believe me, I know in a perfect world, we'd have these side by side. You could see both of them side by side. But it's like buying furniture from IKEA. It looks good. You know you can put it together, right? You know you can do it. Hey, Bruce is checking in. Hey, Bruce. But you got to get it home and then put it together, right? I know. The bridge is no big deal. E minor to A minor 7. There you go. So you guys agree with me that maybe A minor 7 going to the B minor is is maybe that's the tough chord change in the tune, maybe. We're going to start this song as our play along in a second. I wanted to bring your attention to the very beginning of the verse, the top of the page. E going to G. Guess what I'm going to say about the G? Your middle finger is already on the 5th string, 2nd fret. Perfect logical time to play G with your middle ring and pinky because your middle finger is already in the right place. You know what I'm saying, right? The E major and the G major share the middle finger note there on the 5th string, 2nd fret. By the way, weird chord progression, right? E, G, D, A. What key is this in? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I can take an educated guess, but don't beat yourself up if you're not 100% sure what key this is in. You're saying, okay, so what key is it in, Jonathan? Mr. Educated Guess. I might argue that I don't know. A to Z me says G. Kinda. It was the 70s. That's my answer. It was the 70s. I don't know what key it's in. Yeah. Don't let me stop you from taking from having your own opinion of what key it's in. But what I really like about it is the chords do not appear in a predictable sort of way, and it's a beautiful melody, So, yeah, I'll let you argue amongst yourselves what key it's in. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Instead of staying exactly true to the exact arrangement of the tune, I'm just going to start right in the E major in the beginning, right? If you get lost, follow the lyrics. The lyrics will be my guide and your guide as to where we are in the tune. Remember, we're doing this to get you started on playing along with the original version. What's about to happen now may or may not exactly reflect the exact recorded version. It prepares you to do that. Okay, that's my disclaimer. That's all I'm saying. All right, what could go wrong? Good night on the window. Remember a good rule? Before you even start, get your first chord, figure out which note your voice should be singing. See the curtain hanging on the window in the evening on a Friday. Okay, so there's my E major chord. My 2nd string, the open B string, there's my vocal note. Now it's in my brain. Now I'm ready to start. I'll see you on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. See the curtain hanging in the window in the evening on a Friday night. Little light shining through the window lets me know everything is all right. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Second verse. See the paper laying in the sidewalk, little music from the house next door. So I walked on up to the doorstep, through the screen and across the floor. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Sweet days of summer, the jasmine's in bloom. July is dressed up and playing her tune, and I come home from a hard day's work, and you're waiting there, not a care in the world. Third verse. See a smile waiting in the kitchen, food cooking and the plates for two. Feel the arms reach out to hold me in the evening when the day is through. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. I was cheating there because I have that little riff in front of me. I know you don't have that riff in front of you. Okay, now, one more idea. Because A to Z Me is making, pointing out that A minor 7 to B minor. A to Z Me, do you mean it's an incredible sound or it's an incredible challenge? Because I have a thought for fudging it a little bit in terms of the physical nature. Now, don't get me wrong. With a little bit of practice, everybody can get good at A minor 7 to B minor. B minor is an inconvenient chord. You can quote me. Put that on my tombstone. B minor is just inconvenient. Rarely does the previous chord lead nicely to B minor. Rarely, in your typical song with G's and A minors and D's and E's and all that kind of stuff. Okay, here's a little fudge. It's the moon dance. We're going to do the moon dance solution to A minor 7 to B minor. Take your A minor 7. You're strumming A minor. It's time A minor 7. It's time to go to B minor. Right before you go to B minor, put down your ring finger so it's like a regular conventional A minor. As quickly as you can, move up 2 frets. This is the moon dance B minor. It's an A minor up 2 frets. And you're on A minor 7 anyways. So imagine summer breeze. Here I go. Put my finger down, my ring finger, 3rd string, 2nd fret, as quickly as possible, up 2 frets. Makes me feel fine. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. Okay? Now, is that a true B minor? No, unless you only strum the exact ones you're touching. But you know what? It's a very cool chord. I have no reason to think this is how Seals and Crofts did the B minor in this song. I have no reason to think that. I know it's a cool workaround that puts many of us in the mind of moon dance, because moon dance is built in general on an A minor to B minor riff. It's a marvelous night for a moon dance where the stars are up the sky. Okay, we did moon dance as a play along song many live streams ago. So when A to Z Me, called attention to the fact that that's an awkward switch. A minor 7 up to the traditional B minor. I get it. So consider this, number 1, as a temporary workaround for this song. Okay. Number 2, consider writing your own tune that uses that riff. It doesn't have to be A minor 7. It could be just regular A minor up to this. Let's call this a modified B minor. You guys okay with this, right? It's an A minor up 2 frets. But I'm going to encourage you to include the skinny open E string and the open 5th string. So it's a B minor with A in the bass, like as a low sound. That's okay. It's kind of funky, kind of cool. And adding on an E, which is the 4th note of a B scale. That's why it sounds kind of jazzy and interesting, you know? So write your own tune. In fact, if you want to avoid sounding too much like Moondance, instead of going A minor to B minor, do B minor first. Don't swing it like Moondance. Maybe no one's going to mistake that for Moondance. Oh, yeah. It doesn't sound like Van Morrison at all. It sounds like you. Oh, yeah. It doesn't sound bad. Right? There you go. There you go. You got to steal from the best. You got to, you know. I don't know for a fact that Van Morrison did this A minor, B minor thing on Moondance. I just know it sounds so. Moondance is a piano-based tune. The piano is carrying the tune. It's easy to imagine Van Morrison writing the tune on guitar, doing this, right? So, okay. There you go. All right. So, yeah, sad to hear of Dash Crofts passing. Seals and Crofts, some classic tunes. And that, I think it's fair to say that's their #1 tune. My hope for you is you take the documentation that I provide and you crank up their version and work on playing it along exactly with them, you know. A to Z Me is saying the 3-finger G is vital for this tune. And by 3-finger G, maybe you mean like the middle ring and pinky, you know. Yeah. There you go. Our second play along song of the night. I will shortly after tonight's live stream, when I'm timestamping it, I will upload both pages of Summer Breeze to my website, www.song-bike.com, where you can become a member for $9.95 a month and access, you know how many PDFs? I'll tell you, an insane amount of PDFs. Every time, every week, we talk about this. Okay, I'm going to share this screen. What do you get for that low price? Here it comes. You ready? Okay. I'm going to scroll down to our most recent ones. 155. Holy cow. Okay. Don't go anywhere. Okay. Maybe you're seeing what I'm seeing right here. These are the most recent PDFs uploaded to my website called song-bike.com. Look at all this stuff. It's like a walk down memory lane. Look at all this stuff that we did in these live streams. Ooh, I see some great exercises, some great songs, scales. Look at all those things. We did this. You did this, right? I know many of you are regulars here at the SongBike Guitar Q&A live stream. This is like the past few months of your life. We did these tunes, right? And these exercises. Some of these are going to be very familiar to you. Some of you might say, dude, I was there. I just don't remember number 114, the Universal Riff Revisit. I don't remember that. Speed dating with diatonic arpeggios. Now there's a clickbait title. Lemony Pickett. Oh my God. These, I think I'm so funny. There's a little pun there. Oh, yeah. Look at all these. Look at all these PDFs. These are all downloadable. If you remember the website, look at all those. Okay, you get the idea. That's a lot, my friends. Yeah. Stephen, regarding Seals and Crofts, Stephen says all of their hit songs made it to #6. That's interesting, but none got high. Like everyone's like got that far, but nothing got past #6 on the charts. That's pretty interesting. That's like you know, the people who get nominated for Grammys all the time and never get a Grammy. Go figure. Life is fine. That's cool, Stephen. I hope that's true. That's I mean, just as a trivia thing, you know. Imagine hit song after hit song peaking at #6 every time. By the third time, you just got to laugh, you know. You ever look at you know, maybe a certain song and you see like, oh, the song made it to number 4 on the charts or something, and you look to see what was number 1, 2, and 3. Sometimes the songs at the true top of the charts are amazing, you know, songs, legendary, you know, and sometimes they're not. Sometimes it's like, you know, just goofy stuff. You say, really, that was the number 1 song at that moment? Really? Go figure. I mean, you got to take it all with a grain of salt. All with a grain of salt. Okay, there you go. So, my friends, we're not done by a long shot, but we're moving in that direction. Live stream 131. Again, for those of you who joined us just recently in the last few minutes or so, last week, the Saturday live stream did not go perfectly. So we're bouncing back, man. It's like, you know, a hitter that goes 0 for 3. And you know what? You just show up at the ballpark for the next game and, you know, you get in the batter's box and you see what happens. And that's what we're doing right here. So last week's live stream is, it's been shelved. And that's why this week is also called live stream number 131. And in case you missed it, I'll put it in the chat. I'm always going to encourage you guys to check out the last Sunday's performance by me and my band doing our original songs, and I think you'll get a kick out of it. If you didn't see it, check it out. If you did see it, thank you for watching. Got a whole bunch of views. Makes us feel so good to get all those views. And bear with me. I'm gonna. Okay. So, it feels good to get all those views. I don't want that. Holy cow. So I'm going to put, there we go. That's what I want. I'm going to put this in the link in the chat. I'm going to put it in the description of the video too. How can you see us rocking out and having fun? It's easier than you think. Okay. Here it comes live. Thanks for bearing with me, you guys. The name of the band, Atlantic Years. Who's the guitar player? Me. Who's the other guitar player? My buddy Clay. In general, we basically wrote the songs together. There we go. Some songs have a little more of him. Some songs have a little bit more of me, but we had a lot of fun doing it together. Okay, so in the description of this live stream is in the chat, I just put the link that'll take you to that video. Any problems finding it, if for some reason you can't click on that link or whatever, just my YouTube channel. It'll say Jonathan and Clay live. So love to get your feedback about those songs. Okay, you get the idea. Let's talk about who else is out there doing what. Let's talk about, oh man, we started talking about this briefly last week, and I really want to talk about it again. I'm going to make this kind of fast, and it's worth a deeper dive. It sure is. But here it comes, coming your way. You guys know that it's important to me to see who's out there doing what. And because it's important to me, I hope it might be important to you too. So there's a magazine called Paste Magazine. And Paste Magazine, back in January, end of January, ran an online article about the 75 greatest guitarists of the 21st century. Well, of course, that got my attention. So I'm going to scroll through these kind of quickly, but the link will be in the description of this live stream. Many of these folks were not familiar names to me, but many of them were, you know. I don't feel like these are in any particular order. So if it's okay with you guys, first of all, can you see this okay? Let me know, especially let me know if you cannot see this okay, because that's a game changer. So before I babble on too much, let me make sure you guys can see this okay. Let me know in the chat. The guitar players are not in any particular order, talent-wise, alphabetically, or anything like that. You guys see this okay? All right. So I'm going to do just a scroll right through this because I'm curious if some of these are familiar to you guys, and if they're not, that's great. I mean, the Roots, right? You know, the Roots from Jimmy Fallon's show, the Roots, Waxahachie. I'm going to say I recognized maybe 20%. Look at that. Number 69, Jake Xerxes Fussell. You guys know I'm a big fan of Jake Xerxes Fussell. Nice seeing his name on there. Brad Paisley, interesting. The collection of guitar players here cover quite a bit of ground, from people who have a lot of commercial success, like Brad Paisley, to people who just don't have a lot of commercial success at the moment, you know. There you go, number 54. Ooh, I'm a big fan of Mark Spear and his band called Krungbin. Nice to see his name on there. A lot of these people I did not recognize. That's all right. Queens of the Stone Age, Josh Homme, MJ Lenderman, getting a lot of good press in the last couple years. Molly Tuttle, number 48, Bluegrass All-Star. Molly Tuttle, her name has come up here on the live stream before. The guys from the Strokes. Again, what are we looking at? A list of 21st century guitar players, people who are out there now doing the thing. Kaki King doing a lot of percussive smacking of the guitar. The dudes from the Arctic Monkeys, sure, why not? Kurt Weill, Kurt Weill, a name that I'm familiar with, talented guy. Oh, the guys from the Drive-By Truckers, Patterson Hood. I met Patterson Hood, and I'm not dropping names yet. I met Patterson Hood because I was talking to his dad, David Hood. Now I'm dropping a name. David Hood, Muscle Shoals Recording Studio royalty, David Hood. And I was having lunch with him, not even joking. And Patterson Hood came by to say hi to his dad and talk about something important. So yeah, I met Patterson Hood, but the real story is I was hanging out with David Hood. You've heard David Hood's bass playing on many, many cuts. I digress. Trey Anastasio from Fish. So these people are not people who only built a career in the 21st century, but they're still out there now. Interesting collection. The War on Drugs. Any fans of the Philadelphia indie rock group, The War on Drugs? Very interesting group. Really, it's one dude who's the brains of the operation. So a big reason I'm changing this, I'm showing you this, Julian Lage, number 21. The best technical play on this list is Julian Lage. There you go. That's what it says here. To turn you on and to turn us on. Look, John Mayer made the list. Whew, thank goodness. Billy Strings, there you go. Hey, if you want to check out some new guitar players, there you go. This Jack White, Suf John Stevens, St. Vincent, also known as Annie Clark. Click on any one of these. You know, I'll put this link in the description. Derek Trucks, playing his Jerry Garcia guitar, as we learned earlier. Slater Kinney, Carrie Brownstein. You know Carrie Brownstein, right? You know her. Some of you know her from Portlandia. She's the woman in Portlandia. Carrie Brownstein right there. Isn't she? I think so. I think that's her. Yeah, Carrie Brownstein. So those of you who are fans of Portlandia, you might not know what a talented guitar player she is. Mdu Mokhtar. Yeah, very hip. Jeff Tweedy, okay. Jeff Parker. Patrick Flegel ends up being number one. I have to admit, I don't think the significance is that someone's number one and number two. I think these are just a bunch of people in a cool order. Okay, you get the idea. Thanks for humoring me. I'll put that link in the description of this live stream. And in case you're looking for some new guitar players, scroll and click and enjoy. Knock yourself out. I know I'm gonna. Okay, check. That's my way of making sure I do what I set out to do. How about one more quick one? Also in the description of this live stream will be a link that will bring you to this exact page. Who's got a new album coming out? Peter Frampton has a new album coming out. Look at these special guests he's got on this album. If your screen goes black, give it a second. I'm going to read to you what I'm looking at. Peter Frampton has a new album coming out with special guests like Graham Nash, Sheryl Crow. The link I'm sharing is from American Songwriter magazine. Who else is on this album? Benmont Tench from Tom Petty's band. The guitarist Her, H-E-R. Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine. Interesting. The album is called Carry the Light. That's the name of the album. He did an interesting thing. Peter Frampton has a song on the album. See what I'm pausing on the text right here. Peter Frampton has a song where the entire song, I believe, is based on titles of Tom Petty songs. And Ben Montens from Tom Petty's band plays keyboard, piano on the track. Song's called Buried Treasure. And I don't know if literally every single lyric is from a Tom Petty song, but that's kind of cool. I'm curious about that. So yeah, bottom line is, there it is. Carry the Light, brand new album from Peter Frampton with a bunch of guests. I don't know. That's kind of cool. Kind of newsworthy. May 15th. Isn't that funny? May 15th. Holy cow. That's the world we're in, right? You got to promote this stuff way ahead of time. And then people like me talk about it. And it whets your appetite. Hey, A to Z Me says Paul McCartney has a new album out. That's right. And the first single is Pretty. A to Z Me, thank you for reminding all of us of that. Yeah, Paul McCartney has a new album out, but it's not. Is the whole album out or just this single? I think that the single is out and the album is not out yet. Yeah. All right, man. It's very fun. Why not? Why not? How do you guys find out about new stuff that comes out? I'm curious. Do you find out via social media? Do you find out just talking with your neighbor? Is there some way that you guys learn about new stuff? I'm curious. I'm going to take a wild guess that a lot of you find out from Facebook and Instagram like I do. I'm curious how, it used to be you'd walk into a record store, I think, and there'd be a display maybe, and the display would tell you this person's album is coming out in a month, or maybe on the wall would be some, like a list, upcoming releases or something like that. Well, or you'd be listening to a local radio station, right? And the radio station would say, the new single from Paul McCartney is coming out tomorrow, and we're going to play it at midnight or whatever, right? And they'd hype it. And I guess, yeah, in hindsight, I mean, that's how, that's pretty much how that's how I would hear about new albums. Get the hype, man. Get the hype. DIC Poet is from following the Paul McCartney Facebook page. Yep, that makes sense. It's the world we live in. Anybody listen to the radio anymore? I mean, like the actual FM local radio. Anybody do that anymore? Let us know in the chat. Anybody have a great radio station right in your community and it's worth listening to and you love it and that's how you learn lots of stuff? I hope you do. A to Z Me says, I don't even own a radio anymore. Yeah. In your car? I mean, does anybody not even have a working radio in your car because there's just no reason to? Now that I think about it, I don't, but it's not because it wasn't installed. It just, I think it stopped working at some point. And I just haven't decided to make the investment. Hey, I teased at something a little while ago, and so I'm going to follow through right now. There we go. I'm going to put a couple of links in the description of this live stream, 2 links, and I believe that have to do with the thing I'm showing right now. The official Los Lobos documentary called Native Sons. And there's the website, and that's a page you're looking at right now, Los Lobos. I'm just reading from the website. Los Lobos Native Sons is the definitive authorized chronicle of one of America's most enduring, genre-defining bands. And look at some of the people who are interviewed and taking part. Linda Ronstadt, Ruben Blades, Tom Waits, Dolores Huerta, Danny Elfman, Jackson Brown. These are all people, Peter Frampton, all people who are taking part in this Los Lobos documentary. Very cool. I see it's making the festival rounds. I don't think it's available for us to watch, but guess what I got here? Don't go anywhere. I have a link. Boom. I have a link to the trailer at least. You want to see the trailer? Sure, why not? Let's do this. The ad right here. Won't waste your guys' time. We wouldn't want the ad. Okay, here comes. Here comes the trailer for the Los Lobos documentary. Share the screen. I sure hope the screen. We've been lucky so far tonight, right? Without the with the screen not going black. Okay, hope you can see.
All right. What's the first question?
Ladies and gentlemen, Los Lobos.
They look like from East LA. You could tell right away. They had the official plaid, East LA plaid on.
Our goals are to expose music as far as we possibly can, to take it to different parts of the United States, to Mexico, the world if possible.
I remember speaking at many colleges and universities, and Los Lobos would be there playing, getting them all excited about the movement, and it was really, really important.
How could a band that plays traditional music end up with a #1 hit?
Truly one of the best musical groups ever formed. You can put the Stones, you could put the Beatles, you know, they're right there, right in the same vein.
These cats were cool, and they got on the stage with their shades, and they were like, you know, mira, ahora sí, vamos a escuchar esto, and it was the Spanglish, and I thought, wow, this is so exciting.
Each song teaches you something that gets you to the next one.
And the Grammy goes to Los Lobos.
David, Caesar, Conrad, Louis, and Steve. It's amazing what they are able to create together.
I think about the day you'll take.
I just want to be like Los Lobos.
I'm your native son. I think about the day you'll take me back. I'm your native son.
Yeah, all right. Thanks for letting me share that with you guys. Very fun, right? Very cool. Nice to see some familiar faces. See Cheech Marin and Tom Waits. But one of the terrific, talented people who was part of that trailer, Lila Downs. I'm a big fan of Lila Downs. LILADOWNES. Lila Downs. Ooh, she's terrific. You gotta check her out. I don't remember how. I think Pandora. Anybody listen to Pandora anymore? I don't know what happened to. I mean, I still, it's out there, but I don't know. Somehow Pandora got kind of dwarfed by Spotify, I think. Anyways, I think Pandora suggested her to me, Lila Downs. Anyways, that was one of the people who you just saw on the screen. Well, there you go. Los Lobos, Native Sons. Hey, real quick. One of you guys asked me a while back how I liked my guitar humidifier. And I neglected to mention one thing, because I like it a lot. Because of the readout that it gives you, I'm going to hold this up to the camera. I know I'm just holding up the box, but see how it tells you the humidity percentage. In this case, the box says 53%, and the room temperature 72 degrees. Because it's very digital and specific like that, I really, really like knowing the exact humidity that the guitar is at in the case, you know what I mean? Or wherever the guitar happens to be. I don't know what it is, but I find it worth the money. They weren't cheap. Those guitar humidifiers weren't cheap. I think about $30, give or take. We're talking about the Music Nomad Humitar 1 acoustic guitar humidifier and hygrometer. But I really, really love knowing the exact, even though I take it with a grain of salt, but I love those numbers. Like, wow, okay, my guitar is at 42%, or the air around the guitar is at 42% humidity. I can sleep well. I know it's within the range. Nothing like an exact number. Oh, makes me feel good. So I don't think I mentioned that, but I think I talked a little bit about the sponge and whatever. But I want to add that one piece of information. Steven says, you do have a radio station you listen to, WCLZ, on your way to work. Yeah. DSC Poet says, used to listen to a rock 104, but it changed to a country station. but it doesn't play good country music, the old school stuff. It can happen, right? It can happen. Yeah. Oh, well. Huh. Those were the days. Those were the days. Hey, our moderator, Beginner Guitar Lessons, is in the chat. Thank you for being here. Music Fan is our other moderator. Thank you for being here, Music Fan. Now's a good time to say a few thank yous and hellos and goodbyes. If my mom's watching, hey, Mom, thanks for watching. I want to thank everyone who's been in the chat. Everyone, I'm going to say a few good nights. I'm also going to remind you that the link to watch my band play, I'll put that in the description of this live stream too, so you can check that out. Give us some feedback. Don't be shy. Now, I'm telling you, don't be shy. Let us know the songs you like the best. There's 6 songs. You're not going to like them all equally. I wouldn't believe you if you did. I want to hear about the 2 songs that you like the best, not all 6 songs. I want to say thank you and good night to DAC Poet, Saman Karki. Thank you for being here. Steven, A to Z Me. Who else is in the chat still? Who do I see? Jamie, thank you for being here. Randy. Who else do I see? Hope you guys all have a great week. Bruce, thanks for being here. Hope Byron is doing well. Thanks for being here, Byron. You guys, next Saturday, I'll be here. We're into April, finally next Saturday. I've had enough of March for a little while. I think I've had enough of March for 11 months. So let's call it there. I think I'm good if you're good. Thanks for being here, everybody. Hope you have a great week. Hope you play your guitar a little bit every day. It's a recurring theme I've been having with some of my students. And so I'm just going to share the same thing with you. A little bit every day is the goal. Some days you're going to have a very small amount of time. Give it 5 minutes. A little bit every day, that's the goal. Some days, you'll be able to do an hour. That's great. Try to do a little bit every day. Hope the weather's getting better where you're at. Hope you have a great week. I'll see you next Saturday. Let's do this all again. And yeah, my weekend begins now. All right. Thanks, you guys. Take care.